Rattler Nation, it's me, Kevin Alexander, back here for another edition of Rattler Insider. This week we take a double dip into the game pool. Last Saturday, the SMU Mustangs galloped into Tallahassee to test themselves against the Rattlers. In a bit of an embarrassing moment, our equipment malfunctioned and only a small portion of that game footage was maintained. But let us show you the highlights that we do have. Things got off to a strange start for A&M as Bush looks like he thinks about letting the kick slide out of bounds, but then decides against it and ends up setting the offense up at the 7. Kendrick keeps his balance and gets a nice sized run to give them some breathing room. Yancey fires one to the left for Doucette and another nice game for the Rattlers. Yancey goes back to the air and finds McCoy for yet another Rattler first down. This run was sniffed out before it could go anywhere. Quick pass to Sutton loses even more yardage and brings up a huge 3rd and 17. Yancey leads his man too much and misses out on the big conversion. The Ponies open up with a really nice play action screen that gets all the way to midfield. 3rd and 10, SMU throws an ill-advised screen to a very congested area, but sometimes this defense just reacts the exact opposite that it should, and Garcia gets free and races to the end zone. Mistake number 2 for Bush as he forgets the ball on the kickoff, and Sutton has to come scoop it up, and that can only set the offense up for failure. First down from the 8, and Kendrick takes the toss and murders a man, only to get back to the line. Yancey from the gun, and it looks like he had 2 guys vying for the catch, but neither make it. So let's try it again. This time he waits a little, and overthrows Doucette. And unfortunately, or fortunately, this is the last bit of footage from that game that survived. The Rattlers only found the end zone twice and helped pave the way for a 34-14 defeat. And that's really all there is to say about this one, folks. Next up, we have the Rattlers traveling to Philadelphia to take on the Owls of Temple University. The word coming out of the program in the build-up to this game was that the players and coaches are expecting this to be their first win of the season. Let's see how that played out. Things got off to a better start as Bush actually catches the ball and gets a good return. Yancey from the gun, and the Rattlers come out firing on offense. The next play doesn't go as well as he gets sacked before he can get rid of the ball. That brings up 2nd and long and one of the best displays of concentration that I've seen on the gridiron. Ball is heaved by Yancey to avoid another sack, and it's tipped by the defense, but still caught by my boy McCoy. They go to the play action, and he has Doucette streaking to the end zone, but he overthrows him. Yancey has to connect on those opportunities. High snap, and he gets it out quickly, but it's batted down. Once again from the gun, and he finds Long for the first down. He has McCoy in between the zones and connects on a long ball to the left side. The first handoff of the game, and Kendrick has a Mack truck-sized hole in the middle, and the Rattlers are on the board first. Owls first snap, and this one probably should have been picked off by Evans. 2nd down. Rattlers showing blitz, and the ball carrier gets tracked down by Clayton. A good start for the A&M D. They almost get the sack on 3rd, but a nice deflection by Smith to force the punt. Bush fields the punt and shows why he was brought in, displaying that blazing fast speed all the way to the 35. Sticking to the air, and they get Doucette for the first. Next play, again the play action and a top throw to Sutton in the end zone, and he has the Rattlers up 14-0. Maybe this will be the first win of the season. They bring the pressure, and this should have been another pick for the defense. Next Rattler possession, 3rd and 5, and he goes deep for Long, but overthrows him again. And again, the line creating pressure, but the DB is unable to come up with the interceptions. The Owls hit the run game with Robinson, and he kills a guy, takes off, and is finally pushed out at the 5. One more look at this run. And that was not a sound effect. That was the actual sound that came from the field. After being found not guilty, they let him walk right into the end zone, and the Owls cut the lead. The Rattlers try a trick play, and after Kendrick forgets what button to push, he throws it back to Yancey, and instead of keeping it for a good gain, the play loses 3 yards. All of this led to a punt, and Capers takes it for Temple, and he erases the early deficit, and we're tied at 14. Hot start by A&M, but they've cooled and allowed Temple to get back into it. Florida A&M trying to regain the momentum, and a big completion will definitely help. Drive fizzles though, and they bring out the kicker Day, and he nails it from 43 yards out. The Owls go with the direct snap and get some good blocks in the field, and Robinson is gone. Another giant run from the big man. A nice gain from Kendrick, and they bring out the heavy eaters package for the short yardage situation. After getting caught in the crowd, Kendrick looks like he's going to get the first, but he fumbles, and the Owls recover. That may have shifted the entire game, as this was the next play from Temple. And this is how the Rattlers' drive ended. An ugly throw from Yancey, and it gets picked off by the defense. The defense comes up huge, forcing a 3 and out. The offense isn't ready to die yet, and Doucette makes a great diving catch at midfield. Third down, and he looks for Sutton down the right side, but they can't connect. The Owls end up taking this 28-17 lead into halftime. Another big-time run from Robinson, and a game that started out promising started to get out of hand. They run the halfback pass again, and this time they run it excellently, and Yancey runs for about 5. And this is what it looks like when you hit desperation mode in the third quarter, but you aren't even desperate enough to make it work. 2 more highlights we want to get to. The first one is Kendrick doing his best Blake Brewer impression with the spin stiff arm combo. And then the only second half score for the Rattlers on this nice pass from Yancey to Sutton. This game was marred by a few things. The defense fell apart after the first quarter. The QB and receivers could not sync up on a bunch of throws throughout the entire game. And it also doesn't help when your quarterback throws a pick for each year that he's spent on Earth. Those factors, along with special teams issues, is what led to a 70-24 beatdown win for the Owls. For those of you who still watch this train wreck of a team, we'll see if the Rattlers carry any fight at all to MTSU next week. Until then, I'm Kevin Alexander. Stay classy, Tallahassee. Or don't. I don't really care.